Hey everyone, this is Big Rat 310 here again with another Ring of Honor review of Glory of Honor 8, the final countdown. For those of you who wonder, whenever I turn my head left and right, it's because there's a padding on this chair that keeps falling off, and it really hurts to put your arms on it because it's all steel. I don't want to show it because it's on the way in the bottom of my knee. It cut me up pretty bad a few weeks ago. Right, so yes, Glory of Honor 8, the final countdown. This is the best show, the best professional wrestling show I've seen this year. And this is quite honestly top 4, top 3 best Ring of Honor shows of all time. I think this is better than Final Battle 06. I think as a DVD, it's better than Supercard of Honor 3. And as a DVD, it could be better than Glory of Honor Fight Night 2. As a show, and I'll talk about that, why. As a show, I think it's better than Final Battle. I don't think it's better than Supercard of Honor 3 or Glory of Honor Fight Night 2. And it might not even be better than Final Battle. Final Battle, I don't know, for me, everything, that's the best Ring of Honor show that I enjoyed. The Ring of Honor show that I enjoyed the most was definitely that show. And then second place would be this show. But for pure wrestling, this show was better. And also why I like Glory of Honor Fight Night 2 more than Final Battles, because that one historically is more important. But this show is absolutely phenomenal. Let me say, this is possibly the best wrestling crowd I've ever seen in my life. The crowd just loved, you could tell this crowd loves Ring of Honor. They loved every match. Every match, man. Even for like Claudio, Castagnoli, Kenny Omega, they were so into that match. It's not even funny how crazy they were into this match. And it's the third match of the show. It doesn't really have anything important attached to it compared to the rest of the night. But this crowd was just phenomenal the whole night. So let me start off with Rhett, Titus versus Colt Cabana. Obviously the worst match of the night because it's the opener. It was only 7 minutes. But it was still, I thought it was still pretty good. I'm going to give this 2 3/4 stars. It really doesn't get 3 stars purely because it was only like, it wasn't more than, it couldn't have been more than 6 minutes. But I'm giving it 2.5, 2 3/4. I thought these guys, I'm giving it 2 3/4 because the crowd was great. It was a very good comedy match. Colt Cabana, it's every one of Colt Cabana's matches, it's usually Colt Cabana and the referee versus the opponent, or Colt Cabana versus the referee versus his opponent. In this case, Colt Cabana had the referee help him by giving the referee Rhett Titus' leg and him taking the other leg and pulling it down. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, 2 3/4 stars. Very, very, very fun match. Next you get the Dark City Fight Club versus Cheech and Claudio. A lot better than the HD9 matches that you guys have had way months back. They had an HD9 match like in March. This was really good. Both of them got over. Crowd was really into Dark City Fight Club. They actually chanted DCFC and up and I don't think they chanted up and smoke. They chanted something else. But good match. 3 stars. I enjoyed it. Now the crowd goes from good to holy fucking shit. The rest of the card, no match is under 3.5 stars. Claudio Castagnoli versus Kenny Omega. The crowd was extremely into this match. Like, extremely into it. I didn't really mark out when Claudio Castagnoli did his torture rack and he dropped his arms because I had seen a couple Chikara shows when he'd done it already. But the crowd sure marked out. This was great, though. Excellent match. Not excellent. Very, very good. 3.5, 3 3/4 stars. And it was really short. It was only like 12 minutes. But the crowd loved it. I'm probably going to give it 3 3/4 stars because I was really into the last 3 minutes. I liked it, went over. It worked. I really enjoyed it. Next match. Possibly one of the best Four Corner Survival matches. Probably the best one this year for sure. And Grizzly Redwood's best match of all time in Ring of Honor. I would say of all time, but he probably had some stuff in Chikara that I haven't seen. Grizzly Redwood versus Roderick versus Sonjay versus Delirious. This was absolutely excellent. I love the chemistry by all 4 men. So they booked Grizzly Redwood the right way. They let him get in his spots in enough to get a big pop from the crowd. There was even a point in time where everyone else was knocked down. He was in the ring because they just did God damn it, what's it called? When they do a bunch of things from the turnbuckle, a powerbomb and 2 suplexes, 4 different guys, I forget. Tower of Doom spot. He was the last guy standing. He was like, yeah! And the crowd was so into him. The crowd was going crazy over him. And it really helped the match. Sonjay was trying to obviously go after Daisy Hayes for those of you who saw the Boston show. And that led to Roderick Strong getting 3 straight mark-out pops from dropping Sonjay's back on the top of his knees instead of the stomach, the boot, and then the Gibson driver to get the 1 2 3. Great, great, great match. 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed it. This with the American Wolves versus Kevin Steen and Generico in Ladder War 2. As you guys know, Ladder War 1 is my favorite Ring of Honor match of all time. So I had high expectations. Even though I knew Eddie Edwards had a broken elbow, and I knew obviously they're nowhere near could be as good. And this was excellent. This was amazing. 4.5 stars. And it's going to sound crazy, but I was still disappointed. I don't know. I didn't even mark out for any of the spots. Not one. Because the Kevin Steen spot, when they pushed him off the ladder, onto the table on top of the ladder, he like hit the side of it. You know, he didn't really get a full impact, like you can tell, because like he didn't go through the table ladder. He kind of just fell, and the table ladder fell that way. Like he kind of like went to the side of it. The El Generico spot, like it was a back body drop through a table, like that's not really impressive. The sunset flip, that's in every single ladder match I've ever seen. Literally, almost every single ladder match, you'll find the sunset flip spot. So I didn't really mark out, but besides the big ladder spots, all the stuff they did, like the moves on top of the ladders were really cool. They did a lot of cool stuff in this match. It is 4.5 stars. It is excellent. It was an amazing match. Second best match of the night. But like, you know, it doesn't even make my top 10 matches of the year. To be honest, I was kind of disappointed, but it was really good. I still really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching the match. So yes, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. It was absolutely excellent. Next we get Chris Shield versus Eddie Kingston in a grudge match. This was great. You could tell these guys hated each other, and that's why I'm giving it 4 stars. I was going to give it 3 3/4, just because you can tell that these guys did not like each other. These guys wanted to kill each other. They were bleeding. They were going crazy. This is one of the most intense feuds in the past 10 years of all time. No, I'll say in the past 10 years. These guys hated each other. For the wrestling quality, it's 3 3/4 stars, but I'm probably going to give it 4 just because it made sense with the story. You could tell these guys. I might give it 3 3/4. Again, this is one of the things you'll see in the description box. It really depends, but it seemed like these guys really did not like each other, and I really enjoyed the match. Let's go to Austin Aries versus Petey Williams. Here comes my little rant mode. I actually think the Twinkie chant was a good thing, because I don't think this match was that good. If wrestling-wise, I would give it 3 1/4 stars. These guys just didn't have that great chemistry. They didn't connect well as I thought they would. I was kind of bored through the beginning part of the match. I did like the whole Bret Hart thing, and then P. Williams came out. I'll fight for him. But these guys didn't have great chemistry. Now, the Twinkie chant not only gives the match its own identity. People will remember this match forever in Ring of Honor history because of the Twinkie chant. But A, the chant was extremely funny, and B, it helped you follow along with the match. As they were saying, Twinkies! Like, you're following along with the match, wanting the Twinkie chant to keep going. You know, that's why it's funny. Like, for every ref count, after everything Todd Sinclair did, they basically said Twinkie. So, like, usually when they're both outside laying down, and that's kind of boring, when the referee's counting to 20 and they're both laying down on the ground, they're saying Twinkie after every count, and that makes you interested more in the match. So I do think the Twinkie chant did help this match. It actually is going to higher the rating. I'm going to give this 3.5 stars, or even 3 3/4, because I thought it was that funny. Okay, next we get the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks. This was excellent. Excellent match. A very strong 4-star match. I want to say 4 1/4. I'm just not sure if it really reached that level. It was really good. It wasn't really a spot fest. No, if you think that, don't think that going into this match. You had some great technical wrestling, and they did their spots at the end as needed. Very, very fun. A little botchy. I remember there was one point where, that's probably why I won't give it 4 1/4. Maybe I'll only give it 4 because of the botches. There was that one point where Nick Jackson does, like, the X Factor to Jay Briscoe, and then he has this thing where he goes through the middle rope, and then usually he does a moonsault to a person outside, but no one was there. So he goes to the rope and is like, yeah! And I'm like, what? That's kind of weird. Okay. And then climbs on the top rope, like this instantaneous, almost a millisecond after this happened. He goes on the top rope, but he trips. And then as he's trying to climb back up, Mark Briscoe quickly pulls him down, so he falls, on the turnbuckle. It was a bit weird in points, but I really liked it. Oh, there was also another point where Mark Briscoe got on the ground, and Nick Jackson jumps over Mark Briscoe, and that's usually the spot where Jay Briscoe comes out of nowhere and chops him across the chest. Well, I think Nick Jackson tripped, or this was planned. He, went under. He, fell forward. And I thought Mark Briscoe, caught his head. And they were trying to say, he avoided the chop. But it didn't look like he avoided the chop. It looked like it was a botch. So, I'm going to give that match 4 stars. But it's still excellent match. It's the main event. I do McGuinness, Bryan, Danielson. This is one of the 3 best matches I've seen all year. Excellent technical wrestling. For those of you who saw their unified match, they do the spot where they do the spot. And for those of you who saw their driven match, they do the driven spot, but roles reversed. And this match was absolutely excellent. I'm going to give this 4 3/4 stars. I would give it 5, but really it's 4.5. And then if you add in the speeches that they both gave afterwards, which were both amazing in my opinion, especially Bryan Danielson's speech, which was awesome. I'm going to hire this to 4 3/4. And the extras on this DVD are amazing. You get sit-down interviews with Bryan and Nigel, both like 15 minutes long. Both are very good. The promo for Eddie Kingston that was already on Ring of Honor's YouTube page. You get the video wire. And you get Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness from Weekend of Champions Night 2. And that match is 4.5 stars. Not as good as this one, but that match is still excellent. I mean, excellent. And that's why I'm going to give this DVD like a 9.5. The show is definitely a 9.5. But the DVD, since you get that extra match, which is also 4.5 stars, which means there's 3 matches on this DVD that are near 5 stars, and a few 4-star and 3 3/4-star matches. This show is absolutely excellent. 9.5, best show of the year. And definitely, if for Christmas, if you want to get one Ring of Honor DVD from this year, get this one, because this show is unfreaking believable. Absolutely amazing, and it's going to be in my top 5. I'm Big Red 210. I'm out, guys. See ya.